Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the free-to-play account, and as you can see, we did get the animated avatar frame. Very cool for Grok. We have 9,000 diamonds. We farmed up quite a bit, including going through the Misty Valley. Want to pop up in some stones, want to do some more summons, kind of show you where we're at with this account, and we're actually doing incredibly well, trying to get a lot more of the beast resonance built up. Also looking at focusing on the gear resonance as well, which again, I'll show you guys in just a minute. So within the stones, these are what we farmed out shortly out of going in the Misty Valley, getting a couple more stones. Anytime that we can get the elites means that we can get Celestials and Hypos, and it did pay off last time with the summons. Even right there, guys, there is the original version of Taylene. Now, if we're looking at the cheese formation, if we're looking at the Slumbering Seal, even one really copy of Taylene can work pretty well because of the fact that we can bring her back to life. Now, within the Superb Elite, we have gotten one Awakened hero so far, so maybe fingers crossed we could pull another one in here, which it is Belinda, the original version. Now you'll also notice Hildewynd we're starting to build out. We have the first piece in there, and then also looking at Robin Hood. Now Robin Hood will be complete in just a couple days with the reset within the Arcane Labyrinth. We'll be able to finish out Robin Hood, and that will be another hero that we're adding to our dimensional collection. Now you'll notice in here I used all of my tier 1 stones, and I want to take a look at this for a minute, because utilizing the tier 1 stones, we've been trying to push and really focusing on the gear resonance. Now, if you remember, we got all of that mythic gear built up, finally got it unlocked. Now we need another 7 pieces of tier 1 gear to actually get the gear resonance and having all of the gear on my current heroes all the way up to that tier 1 gear. This is the reason why it doesn't make a massive difference when it comes to gear, especially when you're trying to outfit 5 heroes. Now, of course, it is going to have a little bit of impact, but overall, when I can run a bunch of different heroes, at least getting the mythic gear or the tier 1 gear through the resonance, it makes a big difference when you're making progression. Even when we look at a lot of the heroes that I have in here, they're using a lot of this tier 1 resonance gear, or I've gotten to the point where I built them up. Now, what we've noticed, though, is we're actually at a point where we are not getting any gold, and we're not getting enough gold to really do anything in here as far as leveling up my gear. That is going to be another one. Again, these plain mythic gear will go to gear 1 or that tier 1 when I do get another 7 pieces in there, allowing all of these heroes to be outfitted with a lot stronger gear overall. Now we're breaking it down kind of systematically. Again, I want to hop in the wish list. I want to show you kind of where we're at and what we're building out right now, because in here we're still building out a light bearers, adding a couple more levels, adding a couple more stars on heroes like Scarlet, just making sure that we can amplify the damage that we have. Now, looking at Alvito, we did take her to 1 star. Jerome, we took her to 1 star. That is where we actually wanted to take both of them. Now, within the Maulers, we are still building a couple more stars on a few heroes, taking Vika to 1 star, Naruko to 1 star. Even here, Villanelle is at 1 star. Then looking at Gorin, Telmar, and then Crescio, we are actually taking up to 3 stars. And if you, again, you remember the beginner's guide that we had, it really does make a big difference on how you build these heroes. Now, within the Wilders, again, we are looking at building up Grok. That's another one we want to put some more stars on there. Even looking and thinking of the other heroes that we have within here, we're actually building up Grok. We're going to probably take up to at least 1 star. Brashir, we're going to 5 right here. Misha, we took to 5. And then, of course, Tamris is going to that 1 star. Like we've seen, we already do have right down here with Nevi, that is built up to 1 star. We didn't need to go to 1 star. And then we have Iran in there, and then the Greyborn, the exact same. We are taking Ivan up to 5 stars. Lady Simone is going to 3. And then Randy, we already have built 1 star on there. And then we're also looking at building out Damon, and we're building out Silas. Now, I believe when it comes to Silas, we do have a couple copies in there already. So I'm hoping through our scrolls, through everything else, so we can, fingers crossed, guys, get an Awakened hero. I would love to see an Awakened hero, and I'm going to use the diamonds this time. I know we could come in, we could do the summons, but there are still a lot of heroes, and there are a lot of heroes in different factions that we do still need to build. Farming up a couple more scrolls, but hopefully we can get 1 or 2 elites out of here, just that much closer to building out that wish list. There's a copy of Rowan. Now, I believe Rowan, we already have a Mythic Plus as well. So again, the steady progression to build these heroes up one by one really does make a big difference. Companion points, unfortunately, nothing in there, but we're getting more food. And hopefully we can pull another elite out of here. Then we'll look at our Stargazer, our Temple of Time, also hopping over to the Dragon Isle, because again, a lot of these game modes, we have been racking up a couple scrolls kind of here and there. making a big difference with the account progression. We are already on level 330. So again, we're kind of cruising through some of these levels. And I don't think we have enough for a full amount. So we have 7 cards in here. We need 2 more copies. I think it's 2 more copies of Aurelia, and then we'll move into build out Demia. Still would love to see diamonds in here, which would be just absolutely broken. If we got those 30,000 diamonds in the Stargazer or the Temple of Time, it would just be absolutely epic. Boom. Unfortunately, nothing in there. The Temple of Time, we did get the cards out of the Awakened Folks event. So we do have 10 more in here. Still looking for Shamira. Maybe this is going to be the pull, guys, that we can get another copy, which it's not. I mean, a lot more resources in here, which again, I am pretty happy about. Let's go ahead and use these last 2 cards. That much closer to another pull. We can use all those. We can go ahead and open them up. You can see Belinda and Falks, both of them being kind of sought after. Dragon Isle, I used a couple diamonds in here, but the Dragon Pagoda, you can see we don't have any scrolls. Temple Heart, we do have another 10, guys. So every single time that we're using our insignias, that we're using our time emblems, our Stargazer scrolls, it is an at-bat to get diamonds, but it is an at-bat to get another hero in here, which it looks like this is not going to yield us anything, just a 24-hour chest. Now, looking at the rest of these guys, once we get to the point of building up Leviathan, I feel like with our emblems and our epic emblems, we're going to have more than enough to build up these Draconic heroes as we continue to kind of burn through here. Dragonforge Trials, of course, we just need a couple heroes, trying to get and push all the way to 5. Wormscale Sanctuary, again, we need more copies of these Draconic heroes. Baby steps, guys, to building those out. Let's run through who we have in here and what kind of food we did pick up. We have 2 elites and we have 2 elite pluses. Now, we have used a lot of other heroes kind of as fodder. So looking here, we're just waiting for copies of Rosaline. Even looking at Adrian Elise, waiting for copies. Rowan, we're waiting for a little bit more food, which we do not have at this point. Light Bears are set. Graveborn Heroes, we are looking for more copies of Gorin, actually a little bit more food. Then we can build up Gorin all the way up to that Elite Plus. But again, we're still waiting for some more copies. And then, of course, Talmar, we're going to be working on next. Now, looking at our Wilder Heroes, this is another part we've been building out. Iran, even picked up some extra copies of Leica, so I did have a few, just built her up a little bit further. But we are trying to get some more copies of Iran. Then, of course, looking at Garun, or Garok, and also looking for right here, looking at Tamaris, building up again, a couple more copies are what we need. Now in here, I believe we are building up Silas is going to be the next one. Look at the Awakened Heroes, guys, that we got lucky on the polls in there. But looking at the food, do we have any? We have 1, 2. We need 1 more, and then we do have enough copies of utilizing Silas to go ahead and build out. Now out of here, I'm probably going to use like a Feign. I'm thinking maybe a Feign. We can save those copies of Thorin. Maybe Pharrell, maybe a couple other heroes. But I feel like looking at here, like a Theowen and a Feign, those are 2 I'm probably not going to build really for an incredible amount of time. The Legendary, again, just goes to Legendary Plus. We're going to have them stay at Legendary Plus once we get some more room in the Resonating Crystal. Need some more food, and then we do have other copies of Silas, so we can go ahead and ascend him as we continue to build him up and really focus on building him up. Like I said, with Aurelia, we need, what, 3 more copies. 3 more would take her up to Ascended. We are slow building Ulna through the Challenger store. And then, of course, we did get a couple lucky copies. 1 of Eugene right there, but definitely looking to build up the rest of the furniture when it comes to Envy. And then all of these were pulled just naturally. Same with these guys. Even looking at Taylene, those were all regular pulls. And we have our 4 heroes looking at our 5th to get Robin Hood. And then looking in here, again, these are heroes that we've been kind of building. And hopefully we can pull a couple more copies. Even looking at getting a couple more copies right here of Gorgie, being able to use them as a little bit more food, building up Scion a little bit faster, because right here, Scion and Begrus are probably the 2 that we really want to focus on building as it sits today. Could have used some of these copies of Gorgie to essentially build them out, but as we do summons, we will be able to push through and build it out a lot further. Now, also, Beast Ground. We had some questions about the Beast Ground. So as you can see right now, we are building out Ibis and we are building out the Fox Fatale. The Fox Fatale is at 5. Ibis, I think, is at 1. And then we are just looking at the Slumbering Seal anytime that we can pull copies. Have another 500 baits, guys. We have been doing all of our events. We have doing really all in with baits in the entirety, trying to get this Beast Residence built up. There's the Fox Fatale. So with the fox, that is going to take fox up to 6. That is our stopping point. So as we look at our beast and what we're building out right now, so that is built. So we are going to make sure that we have Talus Mane, which is at 3. So that is going to be our dropout of the fox. Talus Mane is going to go here. That means we need 3 more copies of Talus Mane because we already have Talus Mane at 3. We need 5 more copies of Ibis because, again, this is what we're looking at building and getting all of these beasts up to that level 6. And then we're going to do the resonance to actually get the slumbering seal built up quite a bit. Utilizing the beast trick or the food trick, whatever you want to call it in here, every time again that we're summoning these. Now, Wishing Shrine, this is another place with the beast itself. 24-hour chest, I'll take it. And then, of course, some more of our secret spice. But building it up quite a bit. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beasts that are already built up. Now, looking and thinking where we're at right now, we probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have about 5 more beasts to build up to level 6. Then we're going to do the resonance, which should allow us to actually build the slumbering seal up to 18 beasts based on the beast resonance that we're going to get. Like I said, we've been here for a while. We don't want to get it. We have 6 of 4 beasts already built. We're waiting for that, waiting to get some more gold out of here to essentially do that exchange and really focus on building them up a lot further. But like I said, Resonating Crystal, we're already at 330, so we are absolutely making a ton of progression in there, which I'm very, very happy with. Even looking at where we're at, these events are pretty much done for the Halloween event. Golden Frontier, almost done as well. We just got all of the resources out of there. Raven Eclipse, now we got the skin for Nara, but overall, we're starting to make a lot more progression. Trying to push a couple more levels, 38-24 already. So we did push another stage in there. 38-24 has deemed and has proven to be a little more difficult than we were kind of anticipating. Now, over on the signature item, we are working on right now building out Gorin. So thinking of the signature items, thinking of the build of where we want these heroes, where we're building them, getting a couple, and again, kind of running through the list that we originally had, our kind of new player list, focusing on building out Ivan, which we have at a 30, looking at Randy, looking at getting Rem to a 30, even getting Shuna to a 30. We have them there. Then looking at heroes like Envy, again at a 30, Liberta at a 30, making a lot more progression. Now we're looking at taking Gorin to a 20, which we're working on right now because he was kind of a slow build, even taking Jerome to a 20. Then we do have Lyos, which unfortunately we cannot have them as of yet. We're still not seeing them. But then, of course, looking at a couple more 20s, we have Naruko, which we have at a 20. 16. We're going to have to build up Naruko. I forgot we were working on Naruko. But then looking at Aethys, again, I believe is already at a 20. And then also looking at Misha and Lady Simona. I believe Misha is already at a 20 as well. Right here. Yep, already at a 20. And then Lady Simona is one I don't think we have built out. And I thought we had her descended, which we do. We are already at our 10. So we're going to have to take her to a 20. So we're going to look at Gorin and then Naruko and then looking at Lady Simona. Building her up just a little bit further. And then we've also been looking as well as the Resonating Crystal. We are not getting resources fast enough to actually build out the rest of these. You can see, guys, we need 4,500. We're at 4,100. I don't want to spend 1,200 diamonds to unlock this. It's not worth it. But it has been very, very slow building these heroes and dropping them in there, getting them up to level 330. And again, Gear Resonance, I want to go ahead and finish that out in the entirety. It's just going to take a little bit more time. Elder Tree, you can see we have 2 branches that are not at 25 yet. But like I said, yet, because we are slowly getting there through progression. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for the free-to-play account. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.